Welcome to another spectacular, splendid, splendiferous episode of
Tokyo Game Chat.
Tokyo Game Chat, where we chat about games in Tokyo, Japan.
Games, movies, news.
Nerdy stuff.
Which
we try and keep it Japan-centric, but, you know, it's sometimes hard.
We are American.
That's true. It
happens.
Yeah. So, how are you, sir?
Doing pretty good.
If you haven't seen, there's an extra video up on our channel called Tokyo Game Chat Side Quest. Please make sure you watch that. Just what I did during Golden Week, which was last week, and somebody here, I'm not going to mention who, took off for another country for Golden Week.
Yep. Had to flee for a little bit and go venture around South Korea. So
he was there sent to assassinate Kim Jong-un.
It didn't go so well. I had to get out, come back. But now I'm back. We're together.
How was it?
It was fantastic.
Yeah?
No real complaints. Food was good. People were nice. Weather was nice. Museums were cool. Everything was pretty good.
Any game stuff? I mean, did you look at anything? Or
I poked around a little bit. Didn't really hunt too much for a lot of game stuff. I saw like one game shop. It was closed though, so I didn't go into it. I did find though the Korean energy drinks. I think they're energy drinks, which were HP and MP.
That's awesome.
They were pretty good. They both have different flavors. One was obviously red, one was blue. But yeah, that was.
So if you drink the MP energy drink, you're not a muggle anymore?
No, I gained my magical power.
And I feel like I should shoot myself for making a Harry Potter reference, but
he did just do that though. It's okay, Dave. We're human. Muggles.
So did you join like the esports scene? Did you play Dota and StarCraft?
I did not play Dota or StarCraft. I do enjoy StarCraft. I don't enjoy Dota, though.
Mm-hmm.
League, I don't enjoy. Heroes of the Storm, I enjoy, but...
I mean, to really enjoy StarCraft, you have to be Korean anyway, so...
Or good at it, is what you meant to say.
Well, yeah, all Koreans are good at StarCraft, basically.
Subpar.
Is that racist?
Uh-oh.
I don't know, but that's it. We're going to get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Golden Week, if you watch the video, Tokyo Side Quest, I went to Roppongi Hills to the Marvel Age of Heroes exhibit. It was cool. It's basically like $20 to get in. But there's a lot of stuff you cannot take pictures of and they don't allow you to take videos of. There's stuff that I couldn't show in that video because you're not allowed to do pictures. Such as they had... like all their original issues, like say for example, the original Captain America comic from 1941, they had the original comic there.
Yeah.
What CD, whatever that does the official grading of the comics.
Okay.
They had that there. They had like costumes that were worn while making the Marvel movies. Like they had Star-Lord's costume and stuff. That was tough. And they made sure it was all provided by some place called Metropolis Collectibles out of New York. Yeah, so I took pictures and video of the stuff I was allowed. But yeah, watch that video, and then also,
good.
Thank you, and Kamakura, which it's the second time I've been there. But the shrine that I went to, the first time I had been there, that shrine, there was no way I could get near to it because there were so many people. So this time I went back, so it was a lot easier. It wasn't as crowded.
Interesting that it wasn't as crowded during Golden Week.
No, because the first time I had ever been there was during New Year.
Oh,
so
that explains it.
So it was ridiculous at that time. So yeah, by all means, look on our channel, Tokyo Game Chat Side Quest. It's only like 12 minutes long.
It's not bad.
Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share.
So, did you play anything good during Golden Week, or what are we playing right now, Dave?
Well, being the stalwart Skyrim player that I am, but I actually veered away from Skyrim.
Folks, I don't believe it.
I know, it's a red letter day. I actually started playing the Silver Case.
Okay.
The Silver Case is it's a PS1, originally a PS1 game, made by Grasshopper.
Okay.
Suda51, the mind behind Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadows of the Damned, No More Heroes. I don't know why Suda51 just Goichi Suda. Go means 5, Ichi means 1. His way of making games is just kind of, it's really off kilter. It's this weird blend of Japanese and American art style. It's really unique, and I like everything he does. So this is, so they remastered it for PS4. So the actual gameplay, the controls, a little clunky at first.
Okay, that's understandable with PlayStation 1
Yeah,
controls.
and because it's basically, if you imagine like a dungeon crawler in first person, you use the D-pad to move forward, look left, look right, turn around, but you use the R1 and R2 buttons to look up and look down.
Okay.
It takes, even in the tutorial at the beginning, it tells you it takes a bit to get used to. But it's essentially, it's a mixture of first-person dungeon crawling and visual novel.
Oh.
And it goes by chapters. I finished chapter 0. So there's a lot of screens that you're clicking through that are just static images or minimal animated stuff. But it's kind of sci-fi, hard-boiled cop type of thriller. So far I am enjoying it. If you like visual novels, I've been getting into them for about the past 3 years or so. If you like visual novels, it's one to get into because it's not the typical fare that they usually have of cute girls and big boobs and everything, which if that's your thing, that's cool, I don't care. But I like visual novels that can be a little bit more serious, a little bit more mature storytelling. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. How about you?
So a little bit of Mario Kart. I did pick up Mario Kart, so a little bit of Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of online play with that too. I did get some of the connection issues that's been happening. That's one thing that's plaguing Mario Kart right now is certain people are having connection issues. Not so much on their internet side, but on their server side.
Oh, probably because it's being flooded by
this
players.
Is the only real multiplayer right now on Switch, and it's huge. So I've been playing a little bit of that, working my way through the CC classes and up. Other thing I did dive back into was I repurchased Far Cry 4. So I started playing through Far Cry 4 again.
And you were streaming it, were you not?
And I am. So I've been streaming it, and also I've been video capturing it. So I will probably upload a gameplay sooner or later.
And if somebody wants to watch your stream, what's your Twitch ID?
My Twitch ID is Carney4696. So CARNEY 4696.
Follow him on Twitch. I do.
I do try to stream either early morning back in the States or late at night back in the States, since we are in different times. And then the other thing too was not Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, Overwatch. That's what the Blizzard title I was trying to think of. Overwatch was the other thing I picked back up, just to play with some friends back home.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's about what I've been playing.
Overwatch, I mean, it's one of those games, visually it's appealing to me, but the gameplay is so chaotic. I mean, I look at it, I'm like, guys, this is Quake.
It is.
It's Quake, but the visually, I like what Blizzard does. It's very anime-ish. The character designs are fantastic.
They are.
So on occasion, I will watch a stream of that just to see what's going on. I don't really play it. I think it's just going to be too much for me. So
yeah, I mean, there's a couple new characters. I have it for PC, but I haven't played it for probably close to maybe 8 months.
Oh wow!
So that's why I just repurchased it for the console. It was fairly cheap.
Yeah.
And I was able to find a U.S. title of it here.
Good.
So that was
very good.
Monster Hunter. That's the other thing.
I'm surprised you hadn't said that yet.
I sunk a lot of time into, especially with my plane, flying there, flying back, and the trains. I put probably about a good 6 hours
into which one?
Monster Hunter Generations.
Okay.
So it was good.
Excellent. Okay. Okay, so some news bits. We don't want to spend too long on each one.
No.
But the first one, the latest one, and I think
So-
this was like announced just 2 days ago.
I think so. It was
Something?
fairly recent. There was a leak, and then they confirmed it, and then they gave us a gameplay, which was of Darksiders 3. Just real quick, was curious because since THQ's kind of went under,
Yeah, who owns the property now?
I really didn't even catch it. I was too excited about Darksiders to pay attention to who was publishing this. But I am thoroughly happy. I was a Darksiders 1 fan. Really didn't play Darksiders 2 though. However,
You're not a fan.
So I'm not a fan. But yeah, so Darksiders 3 has been announced. So a lot of people are getting real excited about that.
Who do you play as?
This one you're playing as Fury, I believe. As we were talking about earlier, unreally confirmed which horseman she really is.
Yeah, that was I thought that was supposed to be the whole point. It's the 4 horsemen, and yeah, Fury is
Not one of them. So.
horsemen. So yeah,
We'll see what they do with it.
Yeah.
There's still, it was early alpha stuff. So
it's that early.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We won't see this game until probably next year.
Oh, okay.
Which
okay.
is okay. But,
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that.
And that'll be a seller though. A lot of people like that game. Well, I don't know if people know, but this past April 17th? No, April 21st, the original Game Boy turned 28 years old. Now, if you remember owning an original Game Boy, I did. It makes you feel old as hell.
We had one. Me and my brother. Shared
But
it.
what did you play on it?
It was Snow Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Or Ice Climbers?
And it wasn't Ice Climbers. You pretty much threw snow at stuff, made them a ball, then you rolled them off the map.
Oh.
I still have the cartridge at home.
Oh, okay.
It was a fantastic game.
Wow.
It was some star fighting one. It wasn't Galaga, but it was like Galaga. Those were probably the 2 games that me and my brother played.
I played mostly
lot.
Tetris. Oh gosh, Tetris. I would just zone out playing. You get in that zone where your brain's not even going, but your fingers are still moving. So a lot of Tetris and Final Fantasy Adventure.
Ooh.
That was, I think that was my first proper RPG, which it was renamed Final Fantasy Adventure. It was actually I think it was originally a Legend of Mana game here in Japan, but it got renamed for the States. So yeah, that was my first Final Fantasy. Well, it's not a real Final Fantasy. That was my first real RPG. So yeah, that bit the bug from then on. Let's see. So next we have staying on some stuff from Nintendo. Obviously, they announced their new 2DS XL console.
They did announce the new 2DS XL.
I am freaking buying this thing.
Yeah, because you don't have anything with a C stick. Therefore, you need to get it so you can play Monster Hunter with me.
It's everything I wanted from the original 3DS XL. It's no 3D functionality, because even on my 3DS, the 3D is turned off all the time.
I don't
I don't
know anyone who uses the 3D function. I think maybe once or twice I will turn it on to see something in 3D and then realize I really don't like this,
Yeah.
and then turn it off.
If you use the 3D on yours, let us know in the comments below. Tell us why you use the 3D, if you really think it enhances the gameplay, because I think it's worthless. But
it was
no,
a gimmick.
I think so too.
I think they realized it. That's why they're releasing a much more affordable, cheap, awesome version.
Well, if you think about it though, it's more powerful, so it'll play the Super NES titles off the eShop.
Yeah.
It's got the Amiibo scanner built into it. It is a quarter lighter than the 3DS XL, the new 3DS XL. It's a 25% lighter.
Which is already not. I mean, I don't think they're that heavy.
I don't either, but hey, lighter is better. I like that. Screen sizes are exactly the same, but it's also thinner, and you have easier access to the SD card.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what they. So basically, to me, it's kind of like watching all the videos. This is what they should have done the first time. But yeah, I like it. It's a nice, sleek design, and it's cheaper, $149.99 US, as opposed to $199. Okay, from if you don't, from website Shoryuken, Evo Japan.
Evo Japan, Dave.
Very excited about Evo Japan because
what is
Evo is the official fighting game tournament. Just like they do stuff, you can say it's esports, but they do everything from Street Fighter to Tekken to Smash Brothers to Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue. I mean, name the fighting game, they probably play it. So it was announced for 2018. It is going to be right here in Akihabara, right here at the UDX building. It is going to be January 26th to the 28th.
So about
next year, in about 7 months, something like that. But before that, the end of this month, they're doing Evo Japan Sai. It's like a prelim qualifier. It is free to enter. It is open for anybody. And it is running this month, May 20th and 21st, also here at the UDX building in Akihabara.
Even though it is free for anyone, unfortunately, what has happened, Dave?
I have to freaking work those days, and I'm not happy about that because I really wanted to go because they're going to be featuring Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, and Guilty Gear Xrd, Rev 2, whatever they call it. Yeah. So I really want to go. Registration is already closed, so if you actually wanted to fight, it's already closed, but you can still go to watch. So I really wanted to go to watch, but unfortunately I have to work unless I can fool someone into working for me.
Hopefully.
But I know somebody who's off on that Sunday.
Who is that, Dave?
That would be you.
Oh, that is right.
So I think there might be somebody who might go.
Might go get some footage.
Or just go to enjoy it.
Probably that.
But
Probably
yeah,
that.
definitely. If you're gonna be in Japan at the end of this month or so, yeah, stop by. It's free, so you may as well. From Gematsu, I like that site because they translate a lot of Famitsu articles. Did you ever play Night Trap?
No.
This makes me sad. Night Trap was originally a Sega CD title.
That's probably why we did not have a Sega CD.
It was at the time when because of the CD format, they were using full motion video, and all it is, and I'll even read the description. Night Trap tells the story of 5 teenage girls spending the weekend at the Martin home. As a member of the Special Control Attack Team, your job is to monitor the home and protect the girls using an intricate system of cameras and traps as it is being invaded by vampires. They are remastering this and putting it on PS4, baby.
I'm intrigued.
It's awesome.
This description really pulled me in. 5 teenage girls, nighttime, vampires.
Yes.
Lollipops,
yes.
pillow fights.
And if you're old enough to remember Dana Plato from the old Different Strokes television show, she is in the game. She is the main character of the game.
Still interested.
Yeah, so I thought that was really funny. And also from Gematsu, the Yakuza series, Ryuga Gotoku. The series creator, who is Toshihiro Nagoshi, basically confirmed that yes, there is going to be more Yakuza.
It's fantastic.
Yakuza 6 or Ryuga Gotoku 6 is supposed to be the end of Kazuma Kiryu's story. It is not the end of the series.
Well, it's good that they're still continuing the series and shedding light on other characters.
Well, you figure all the spin-off games that they've had was Kenzan, where you're playing as Miyamoto Musashi. On the PSP, it was called Kuro. I can't remember the name. Basically, it comes out Black Panther. You're like some younger kid. So they have other stuff from the Yakuza series to do.
I might dive into Yakuza 0.
Dude, they're awesome. It's an action RPG, basically. Yeah, he says, as long as Yakuza 6 is labeled the final chapter in Kazuma Kiryu, we won't be saying anything like, just kidding, like he's coming back. One of the key words is that I want to create a new Yakuza. I don't think it's necessary to narrow it down to a single title. It may be multiple titles. We created the Dragon Engine with Yakuza 6, but the game engine itself will be completed with the development of a second or third title.
Ooh.
Dragon Engine does look nice. And I'm already working on the next title. in the not too distant future. I think there will be an opportunity to talk about the next game's development in a relatively early stage. So I am very happy. I do like those games a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's kind of our news bits for today.
Little news.
Yeah. Okay.
Always good to have some news in your life.
News you can use.
Ooh.
And of course, coming up next month, E3.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. So I'll be watching that. But E3 is a time for a lot of companies to shine and say what's next. Microsoft's been getting a lot of been looked at under the microscope a lot lately. They just seem to be making missteps left and right. So the Guardian newspaper, they had an interview with Phil Spencer. He's the head of the Xbox division, I guess, in Microsoft. And we just want to touch. It was a thread on NeoGAF. We wanted to touch on some of the things he said. Now, I am not a fan of Xbox. I never was. I make that no secret. You've played Xbox for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I went from Xbox to 360 all the way through its life, and then that's when I made the switch to PS4 because I was not happy with the Xbox One and what it was going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think that E3 press conference last year when they're talking about TV and everything else, like, was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
I mean, I can even say I owned an Xbox One for 20 some days.
Yeah.
And then that's when I said, I'm returning this.
Actually, I hate to say this. I know we have a friend who worked at Microsoft for the Xbox division. And yeah, I had an Xbox 360 for a month. I bought it. I set it up. I downloaded some demos, messed around with it, turned it off, and I never turned it back on for the entire month. I ended up returning it to the store because I never touched it.
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad about that because I told her, I'm like, yeah, I returned it. She's like, what? But yeah, it just was not the system for me.
Yeah, she wasn't too happy when we had our discussion about Xbox.
Yeah, sorry, Leanne.
We still love you, though.
Yeah. So anyway, so some of the things that Phil Spencer said with The Guardian, he says, commitment to first party. And these are quotes from Phil Spencer. Right now, the focus is really on the content that we're building, he says. I know I get some community pushback on our first party and what position we're in. I want to say to people that the same level of commitment you felt from myself and from the team as we've evolved the platform over the last 3 years, as we've evolved service over the last 3 years, as we've evolved and innovated hardware over the last 3 years, is going on with our first party. I don't want to go and pre-announce a bunch of things, but we are upping our investment. There's no doubt about that.
Interesting.
What first party do they have?
The only thing I can think of is Halo, Gears.
And 343.
Yeah,
does
like that.
Halo.
Yeah, 343 does Halo.
Who's doing Gears is now?
Cliff stepped away from Gears,
Yeah,
I thought.
Cliff be stepped away. I don't.
Gearbox? No, that doesn't sound right.
I can't
Maybe?
remember. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it seems like, okay, whatever first party you have, because frankly, all your third party stuff's getting canceled. So that kind of seems like a no-brainer to say. It's like, well, yeah, no kidding. You're committed to first party. You don't have anything else to publish.
It's kind of like I feel like those first party titles, Gears, Halo, have been they've seen their time.
Yeah.
Especially Halo. I mean, cool they put out another Halo Wars or are putting out. I'm not sure if it's out yet. I think it's coming out.
Yeah.
Or did it come out?
It's hard
I'm
to
not
keep
sure.
up with US releases here in Japan.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, frankly, if you go to any store and you look at the Xbox section, it is minuscule. They just don't care about the Xbox here.
I mean,
Sorry.
we are in a very Sony and Nintendo heavy country.
And you figure even COD, that was, I mean, everybody, Xbox was the platform to play COD. Even though you could play it on PS3, all your friends are playing COD on Xbox. Now they're all migrating over to PS4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like, Xbox just, the games just aren't there. That's what makes or breaks a console. Then he goes on, story-driven single-player games. He says, the audience for those big story-driven games, I won't say it isn't as large, but they're not as consistent. You'll have things like Zelda or Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out, and they'll do really well, but they don't have the same impact that they used to have because the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of the audience. Sony's first-party studios do a lot of these games, and they're good at them. But outside of that, it's difficult. They're becoming more rare. It's a difficult business decision for those teams, and you're fighting into more headwind.
Kind of a true statement.
It's kind of 50-50, yeah.
I mean, not wrong, but not so right, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, the service games, I get what he's saying, but look at your big services like Overwatch. It's a service game.
I mean, that's on, what, three different platforms.
Yeah, but where is everyone playing it? PC and PS4. Phil, they're not playing it on your Xbox, dude.
I mean, I guess you have to step back and try to figure out why. Like, why are they not playing on Xbox? Is it... I mean, honestly, the Xbox controller feels comfortable to me.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will say about Xbox. Is
and
they did it
Microsoft's
right.
network is superior.
Yeah, it's not down.
It was always better than PlayStation.
Yeah.
But
So it's interesting to why, is it the other features of the system that steer people away?
Yeah.
Is it
But
why are
and-
people leaving?
And the other thing is, if you're going to make that argument about service games, what service games are people playing on Xbox One or 360? All those service games, you figure WoW, Dota, League, StarCraft, Overwatch. God, what else?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 14. Oh, that's all being played mostly on PC.
Yeah,
I will give him that even PS4 is not supporting that much of it.
I mean, even Smite. Smite is a free-to-play, but there's lots of stuff you got to purchase in the game.
Yeah.
Which drives it towards the service game, but
Yeah.
that's essentially a PC huge with a little bit of PlayStation and a little bit of Xbox.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not really getting where, if the argument, like you said, the argument's true, but so is that with the inference that they're being played on Xbox One? I can't believe that he's going to actually have the audacity to think that, well, the PC platform is a Microsoft platform. You can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, even though, granted, we'll say 80% of people playing on PC are playing on a Windows-based
Oh, true.
operating system, but
Yeah. But they're not playing that out of choice. It's like, what other choice do you have?
yeah, either I try to run Linux and do that, or I fork over the money for a Macintosh system.
Yeah, in which case it might not be compatible. So yeah, I'm not sure about that statement. And then lastly, microtransactions and paywalls, which piss me off because I hate that stuff. But if I was playing a single-player story-based game and all of a sudden there was a paywall in the middle, I mean, I'm old enough I remember horse armor, right? I think we all do. People had this view of, wait a minute, this is not that kind of game. We want to open up the opportunities for developers to do what they think they want to do. But I also think we have to be able to support, as an industry, all kinds of games. I hear from gamers, I don't want microtransactions in all my games. I don't want paywalls in all my games. And I think they're absolutely right. It's their right to voice their opinions. I do think there are models where that makes sense, and there are other models where it doesn't. I agree with him 100%, but I think it should be banned from all titles.
Yeah, I mean, there's... I guess I am 50-50 on microtransactions in games. Some are like, okay, if it's just certain items where if I want to invest the time and all the farming to gather those items, okay, I can do it. Or if I can save myself the 6 hours or however long it would take me to gather those and spend a little fee of $4, $5. I would probably do the $5 solution versus all the farming.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of the whole point?
It is.
That's kind of like they say that the journey is the fun part, not the destination. That I got that metaphor all wrong.
Destroyed it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's kind of like if I'm playing Skyrim, that's the whole point. I don't want to have to pay money and then suddenly, oh, by the way, you can skip all this stuff and automatically unlock this part. No, screw that.
I mean, I guess the one I go back to is WoW. I mean, I was a huge WoW player. I still maybe would play WoW. I still have my desktop to play it on, and I don't feel like paying to play. But I did do lots of farming in WoW. You would, spend almost 6-hour gameplay circling an area of a map farming versus going to the auction house and paying in-game currency for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, we both admitted on Neverwinter that we spent. I think I spent $10.
yeah, it was like 10, 15, which isn't a huge amount.
No,
and it
didn't make or break the game. Yeah, it just wasn't really all that worth it, frankly.
Yeah,
it was
in retrospect,
it was a quick spur of the moment decision.
Dave got me excited. I said, "Yeah, okay," and I clicked X. I was like, "Damn it, I clicked X. I'm not getting that money back."
Yeah, so you can go on the Guardian's website. You can read that interview with Phil Spencer. Say in the comments, let us know what you think. About microtransactions, paywalls. Is that stuff legit? Do you think it has a place in legit story-driven games, or do you think it's just basically a way to screw people out of their money?
I mean, the other thing too is think about it. Is it time for Xbox to go ahead and tap out and move on to the next one? Like, okay, this round we'll give it to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because I will still say the previous generation round went to Xbox 360.
Definitely.
I had both. I enjoyed them. The only reason why I even had a PlayStation was to play, PS3 exclusive titles. That was it. Similar to why I was going to get an Xbox One was for Tomb Raider, essentially. But then I was like, oh, hey, it's coming to PlayStation. I don't need this Xbox.
Yeah. So, let us know what you think in the comments below.
This area.
Okay. And that pretty much wraps things up, except for one more thing.
One more thing.
Yes, one more thing, just like they do at E3. If you haven't seen, I think it dropped this morning or yesterday morning, the Blade Runner trailer. It was
handshake.
up here.
Okay.
Blade Runner. What is it? Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Now Ryan Gosling, I don't care. He's a goof. I don't care about him, but I like Blade Runner. Harrison Ford is in it, but the full trailer dropped. Oh, is it sweet? So if you have not watched that trailer, go watch it now.
We'll go ahead. We'll put a link in our description.
Yeah, definitely.
To help you find it quicker.
Yeah, it looks sweet. It looks sweet. So that's pretty much the end of things. First, any shout outs?
One shout out to our buddy Corey. He actually just uploaded their first podcast.
Congratulations, Corey.
Good job. Chirping Games was the title. So if you look for Chirping Games, like #1 or Rise of Go.
Rise of Go, yeah, that's his YouTube channel.
That's his YouTube channel. So it's on there. It was pretty good to listen to some other guys talk about some similar things.
I think it runs about an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half. I got about a half hour into it on my train ride here. So starting out was being pretty good.
Good.
So, good job, guys.
And shout out again to Tokyo Reds, our buddies here in Tokyo that do a bi-weekly, 2 times a week video show about the Liverpool Football Club.
Football. Soccer, you mean?
I know. But you can find them on YouTube at Tokyo Reds. You can find them on Twitter at Tokyo Reds. Tom, Paul, John, guys, good job. And that's pretty much it for us this week. I got nothing else.
That's it.
Okay.
I guess we'll catch you guys later.
Yes, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it.
Leave us a comment also. Like I said, let us know if we're good or bad. Whatever you want to say. Actually, we won't filter you.
Well, don't say anything that'll get us banned on YouTube.
No hate crimes.
Yeah, no hate crimes, no hate speech. Okay, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys next week or so. Okay.
Thanks.
GG.